Hey, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week we're talking about bike racks and which one might be the best choice for you. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're talking about bike racks. And we're talking about bike racks that you put on your car to haul your bike around. So really there's going to be three main types of racks out there. There's of course going to be your hitch racks, your roof racks, and then the strap racks actually strapped to the trunk of your car. So those are going to be your three main ones out there. Now I've made a whole series on this in the past. It's been multiple years since I made that series, but I will have a playlist linked to that. That was my Let's Talk Bike Rack series, where I showcased a bunch of different bike racks that are out there and talked about pros and cons of each one. So I'll have that linked in the description as well as up in the corner over there. But in this video, we're going to go over the basics of each rack and talk about which one is going to be the best for you. So first we're going to start with roof racks. So a bicycle roof rack mounts onto the crossbars on your vehicle's roof. So if you have a car or an SUV or a truck with roof rack rails already on there, then having roof racks is a very open option for you. That's going to be the biggest thing, is getting a bicycle roof rack installed. If you don't have those crossbars already installed on your vehicle, that can turn into a very pricey option if you go all brand new. You can find stuff on the secondhand market very easily, and you can save quite a bit of money if you are patient and can find what you need. However, buying brand new, that one can hurt the wallet the most out of the three options. So I've used roof racks for a long time. I've used the ones that clamp onto the frame of the bike, used the ones that clamp onto the actual front wheel of the bike, and right now we have the ones where you remove the front wheel and your fork clamps into the rack itself. So I've used multiple roof racks over the years. Now I really like the roof racks for certain circumstances, and I don't like them for other circumstances. I like the roof racks because it gets it out of the way. You don't have to deal with the hitch, so you can open the hatch easily. You can get everything you need inside the vehicle, and they're just up on top, and you don't have to worry about them. One of the big reasons I don't like them is it limits where you can go. When you have a roof rack on the top of your car and you have a bike up there, the height of your vehicle can come close to doubling in height, which is a problem. So it makes it so you can't fit into parking garages, can't fit into drive-thrus. You might forget your bike is on the roof and it's not gonna fit in your garage with it on there. So you kind of run into those kind of things. So in my case, if I'm gonna use the roof rack on my wife's car, I gotta pull the car aside, put the bike up on top, and then go. I can't put it up on the garage. I can't have it ready to go the night before. It's something I have to load the morning of. So it can be kind of a bit of a pain depending where you're going. And that's one reason for a lot of my rides local here in Reno, I don't use the roof racks, because where I park, it's in a parking garage. And with a bike on the roof of her car, the car is too tall for most parking garages, or at least sketches me out really bad. I'm gonna smack my bike on one of the cross rails in a parking garage. So I don't use it. That's one of the biggest downfalls of that. It's going to be the height of the vehicle. And the other thing I hear a lot is you get worse gas mileage. However, we went on a huge drive last summer and I took the roof racks off thinking, oh, I'm going to get better gas mileage without them on. I'll just take them off. I don't need them. Sounds good. We'll just do that. I got the same gas mileage either way. So I've heard people say that's the case. You get worse gas mileage. In my case, I really didn't with my roof racks on. So kind of, it may be case by case based on the vehicle, racks you have, whatever, but in my case I really didn't lose much gas mileage just having them on. So roof racks, great option if you're looking to go places not in a city. If you're looking to go explore places and want out of the way, don't have to worry about it being in the way of your hatch, having full access to your vehicle, the roof racks are a great way to go. The next one we'll talk about is going to be the racks that strap onto the back of your car. Now these are for cars that don't have a roof rack, don't have a hitch receiver, and these racks pretty much are a basic design. They're kind of a folding design most of the time. They fold out and have a couple pads at the top, a couple pads at the bottom, and you set them against the trunk of the car, and then there are straps with metal hooks on the end that hook around your trunk lid of your car. And that's what holds it to the vehicle, is as you tighten those straps, hold it onto the vehicle. Now as I just described that pretty much says why I don't like those racks. They are not, I don't feel like they're very reliable. I've seen a lot of friends and a lot of people lose their bike because that whole rack falls off the back of their car. So it kind of is a pain. A lot of times with those, if you have a bike on there, you kind of lose access to the trunk of your car. You're not able to get in there without removing the bike, lifting it up, and then accessing the trunk of your car. Kind of can get to be a bit of a pain in that case. Now those are realistically one of the more affordable options out there for a bike rack for your vehicle. They're just not my favorite thing out there. I've seen enough of them failing, I've heard enough stories of them failing. They just aren't my favorite style rack at all. I have used them in the past myself. I've only used them for like one bike on there, and that's about the max I would ever put on one of those myself. just because past that, there's potential damage to your car that could happen with the metal hooks and the pads on there. It scratches up your paint. Just not something I'm really into. However, for some people that may be just what works for them. And the last one we'll talk about today is going to be, of course, the hitch rack. And that's the one I use by far the most. And the hitch rack, like a roof rack, it does require something on your vehicle other than the actual rack itself. You are going to need some sort of hitch receiver on your vehicle. Whether that's going to be a 2-inch or 1.25 inch, whatever that may be, you're going to need a hitch on the vehicle in order to use a hitch rack. Your hitch rack is going to slide into the hitch, lock in with a pin, and be attached to the rear of your vehicle. So to use the hitch rack, if you don't already have a hitch on your vehicle, you're going to have to either go get one installed or install one yourself. I've done installs on a hitch receiver on this channel. I actually did it on my Bronco over here, so you can check that video out. I have a link to that one as well. But it's really not it's really not a difficult thing to do. You need basic tools, and it's something that you can do in your own driveway with enough patience and measuring. You can get that done yourself. I've also done the one on my Mustang where I installed that myself. That one was far easier than my Bronco because 2 of the bolts already existed, the other 2 you had to drill. But it was a really simple process to do. However, you're looking at $200 to buy a hitch receiver that's specific for your vehicle and is going to fit. So you do have an upfront cost to a hitch rack if you don't have a hitch receiver installed on your vehicle. So why do I like a hitch rack the best? Why is that the one I use? And really that's because a hitch rack puts it behind your vehicle. On my Mustang I still have access to the trunk with that. I can pop the trunk while a bike is on the hitch rack. My truck, I can still access the rear window, roll it down. I can also still tow a trailer with the setup I have for my truck, so I can still go to these awesome events while carrying bikes on the hitch. And it doesn't increase the height at all. It increases the length a little bit. You do have to be aware that your vehicle is now a little bit longer because of the bikes on the back. You do have to make sure the bikes are strapped onto the rack securely. Unlike the strap style rack that goes on the trunk of your car, a hitch receiver is held in with a pretty large pin on there. And the hitch rack is not just going to fall out on the freeway unless you forget to do the pin. So in my case, there's a lot more peace of mind to it. In my case, I use either a locking pin or a bolt and a nut to actually hold the rack to the vehicle, so I don't have to worry about theft as much. Just because they're very difficult to get into those versus a strap rack, you could literally cut the straps if you wanted to and take the rack with you. So it provides a solid place for my bike to mount on the back of my vehicle. Now with hitch racks, there are all sorts of different styles, whether that's the ones that hang from the top tube, whether that's the ones that mount from the wheels. There are all sorts of different styles out there. So you can fit a large variety of bikes on whatever rack you get, and there's lots of adapters to make it work for your specific bike. So which one's the best for you? It's just going to depend what your vehicle is set up with and what your budget is for carrying your bikes around. So hopefully this video helped explain the differences between the different bike racks and maybe helped you choose which one is the best option for you. If it did and you enjoyed this video, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love chatting with you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.